Greetings everyone. Welcome to Unit 7 Day 1. You'll want to have your notebooks out, and we're also going to do some whiteboard problems. So let's take a moment just to get together, have your notes out, get the whiteboards ready, and then we'll begin. If you could pause this video until everyone's ready. All right, let's take a moment and explore exponent basics. These are all rules that you have learned in the past, but we just want to reiterate them before we get into adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing exponents. All right, so a quick review. When we look at exponents, it's a raised value, a power, and it's always written small and up to the right. Quick review. The large number underneath is considered your base. And of course, the number in the top right is considered your exponent. So just to make sure, I know you all understand what the exponent is, but remembering what the base is. Let's jot this down for example 1. Our goal is to write the power in expanded form, meaning we're going to show what does an exponent actually mean. In this case, if I have 9 squared, yes, I understand that that equals 81. But if I want to write it in expanded form, where does that 81 come from? It means that we have 9 being multiplied twice by itself. That is what actually leads us to the value of 81. So this right here is expanded form. So you'll want to label that. All right, let's jot down example 2. R squared, S cubed. What does that look like in expanded form? What that means is that we have R being multiplied by R, being multiplied by S, and by S. So it means we have literally 2 R's, 3 S's, and our function is multiplication. I know it seems simple, and I know you've learned this before, but once we get into more complex exponents, sometimes this is forgotten. Just a quick preview of Algebra 2, when we have x minus 1 squared, what that means is x minus 1 times x minus 1. So this, students get confused a lot. They forget the rules of expansion. But if we expand it, that makes this way easier to work with and to solve. So again, you don't need that in your notes. That's above and beyond, but that's why we really want to remember expanded form. Example 3. This time, we're going to write in exponential form. So what that means is we can tell what our base is. Our base is 2. And our exponent, what is our exponent going to be on this one? Well, I'm multiplying 2 by itself 4 times, so my exponent is 4. This is called exponential form. So we're going to go back and forth between exponential form and expanded form. All right, example 4. If you want to write this with multiplication symbols instead, that's fine. Just make sure that you can clearly see that it's being multiplied. And technically, you don't really need the multiplication symbol between the letters. We could write it like this. All right, no matter how we write the question, we want to write in exponential form. I have a base of 5, a base of A, and a base of B. How many 5s do I have? 2 of them. How many A's do I have? 2. And how many B's? 2. So this would be my solution if I'm asked to write an exponential form. All right, not much instruction in this first unit because it's review. So at this time, if you would get marker boards ready to go, you can choose if you want to work these on marker boards or if you'd rather do them in your notes, that's always acceptable. Okay, so what I want to see here, I want you to identify the base and the exponent. So what value is the base and what value is the exponent? Label them and show them to a neighbor. How does it look? Our base is 2. Our exponent is x. Is everybody right? All right, let's move on. Please take a second, identify the base, and identify the exponent. All right, show them to a neighbor. Our base is 2, and our exponent is 3. Pretty quick, right? All right, this time I'd like you to write this in expanded form. Alrighty, all we have to do here is write 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. And just for an added question, what is 4 times 4 times 4 times 4? Let's see who can get the answer the fastest. Who wins? It's 256 would be my final solution if that's what I was looking for. All right, let's write this in expanded form. Okay, let's take a look. Check out your neighbors, were they right? They should have x being multiplied 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what x to the 5th means. We're multiplying x by itself 5 times. Okay, let's take a moment to write this one in expanded form. In this case, we have 2 letters we're working with, and it really doesn't matter how many we end up with. So for this particular variable, we've got p times itself and continuing q 4 times. So because they're being multiplied here, we would have a multiplication symbol in between the set of p's and q's. Alrighty, let's take a minute to try this one out. See what I did there with the letters? All right, let's expand this out. 4 times 4 times 4 times m times m times a times a times a times t times h times h. All right, take a second look. How'd you do? All right, I'll give you a moment for this one. Just kidding. Like I would make you write M 99 times. All right, let's move on. We're switching gears. Again, take a look. The directions say to write in exponential form. All right, this one would be 2 to the third because we have it being multiplied by itself 3 times. Quick question. If I was to ask you the value of 2 to the third, what is it? 8 is correct. Try this one out. All right, so here we have 4 to the third and 7 to the third. Just a little bit of expansion. We'll get into this later, but that can also be written as 4 times 7 to the third. But that's coming up, so don't worry about it yet. Try this one out. Anyone notice what I did here? Give you another few seconds. All right, we've got m squared, o, r squared, t to the fifth, v squared, e to the fourth, and d. So even though these t's aren't all written next to each other, we still need to combine them and have that t to the fifth. So just notice in the end, the order doesn't matter. What matters is that they're all grouped together. Okay, let's try this one in exponential form. Alrighty, we have 13 squared, r cubed, s squared, t. Alrighty, there is a exponent basic worksheet. It goes over similar examples as we just did, plus a few others. This probably will go pretty quick. I'm hoping it does, as again, this is a review. Be prepared, as I will be back tomorrow and we'll start working on exponential rules that maybe you haven't encountered yet. We'll see you tomorrow.